If Jordan wasn't at home, it would have been a different story.
It was a good night. Good night.
I'm wearing shorts underneath, so I don't care. So when you like pick out what you're gonna wear, do you put a lot of thought into it? Like, how much thought?
I think it depends on how I want to be perceived that day.
Mm-hmm.
But also like how I perceive myself that day.
Okay.
So like this morning when I got dressed for brunch,
Mm-hmm.
it was like that kind of thing where I thought, like, I don't know, but then it also depends because like sometimes I'll buy a clothing item and I want to revolve an outfit around it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'm inspired by the clothes that I buy and then work around it. Or even like that shirt that I found, the shirt that I was wearing earlier, I literally found it on the street and like imagined it with the pants that I found and ended up wearing that. So I think I give a lot of thought to my outfits, but more so in the sense of like how it inspires me like to wear them. If that makes sense. But a lot of days I honestly just throw on jeans and a t-shirt and call it a day. But now that I started working like at a place like where I'm working, I feel like I have to dress in a way that is of comfort to white people. And I don't really like that, but I understand like that. I don't know, sometimes the way that I dress is kind of different and is not taken very well, and I'd rather make money in that space than like express my individuality by like dressing how I would usually want to dress, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in what ways do you like, is it safe to say you like tone yourself down?
In spaces where I know that, I don't want to say like because I don't care about being judged, but for sure in spaces where it's gonna affect like my income.
Okay.
Yeah. Which sucks because I never did that before, and I feel like I kind of have to here.
Yeah. So, and you mentioned earlier about like how you perceive yourself, like sometimes like your fit is like revolved around like how you perceive yourself that day. So in like what ways would you dress if, let's say, you feel really good that day?
I feel like a lot of how I see myself and a lot of how like I perceive myself is I sexualize myself a lot, and I feel like that comes off a lot in my clothing. And sometimes I want to look, oh my god, it's so funny, but like I feel like I walk around this world automatically assuming that everybody wants to fuck me.
Oh my god, I have the same fucking problem.
Yeah.
I'm like it. I swear to God. I was telling her I'm so sorry I'm interrupting you, but it's very rare that people have that mindset. And like, I hired a fitness and nutrition coach, and I told her I had to fire him because I was like, I hate this. Like I hate this, and I don't have the mind issues that other people have. Like when I look at myself in the mirror, like I think everybody wants to fuck me. Like I think I look fucking amazing. So when you're telling me, oh, you have to work out so you can look like this, I'm like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, I look good the way that I am.
Yeah.
But he was like, whoa. He was like, you have, like, the opposite, like, what do they call it? Like, when people have body dysmorphia?
Yeah.
Like, I have the opposite, like...
Like you're not trying to alter yourself in any way.
Yeah, like she said it perfectly. I look at myself and I just think like everybody wants to fuck me.
And and I think a lot of the times like that also like affects like how I dress, because then I want to I don't know.
Give it off.
Yeah, right? I want to exude like the confidence through like my sexuality. And I actually was having a conversation about this with one of my friends about like sexuality and power, and how in sexual instances that are not very usual for me that I put myself in, I do it out of power and sexuality. So the way that I dress in those occasions, I literally dress because I'm sexualizing myself and I'm giving off power. So then I walk, like, everyone wants to fuck me, and it would be, I'm giving them the power to look at me that way, and I can easily take it away.
Right.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I'm
just gonna listen. I'm just gonna listen now because I love that you guys are having this conversation.
Yeah. So not to be like a downer or whatever, but what about the opposite end of the spectrum? Like when you don't feel your best, how do you address to that?
I think when and it's funny because like I think when I'm not feeling myself is the days that like I actually put more effort into what I'm wearing because I want to take myself out of that. But there are a lot of times where I am like fucking depressed in my room. I'm in shorts. I'm wearing like the same t-shirt I was wearing the day before. But I hate that about myself because I know that's not usually me. So I feel like I keep myself in these moods and in like ways of not feeling well when I don't change my outfit, when I'm not taking care of myself. So when I'm not feeling good, I force myself to even just put on a simple fucking outfit so that I can feel better and not get stuck in that mentality that I'm not okay. Because I already don't feel okay. And I feel like clothing really does help me alter that. But yeah, in those days, I literally will just put on, I don't know, I'll try to coordinate. My happy colors have been like green and purple. So like on days where like I just want to feel happy, it's like what I gravitate towards. Yeah, like right now.
Even just a color.
Yeah. Yeah, green has kind of been like my power color for like the last year. So it's a color that I put on when I want to feel good.
I have 4 strings today.
So your makeup looks, do you typically like when you think about what you want to do with like your eyes, like your face, is that like according to what you're wearing, or is it like the other way around?
No, sometimes I think for the most part I do my makeup first and then I put on an outfit afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, so I always do my makeup first. I don't know, I feel like I've definitely have toned down my makeup a lot, as opposed to like how much I used to do it. I mean, I still do my makeup really like regularly, but not as avant-garde, I would say, like as I used to. And a lot of it has to do because I'm lazy.
I like why that sounds.
But even trying to combat that laziness, I'll do like graphic liner like almost every day. And it's something that like I notice that is so effortless to do, but really like makes like a world of a difference.
Yeah.
That I need when I don't feel like sitting down for like an hour and a half to like do my fucking makeup. Or at least like do my shadow. Yeah. So this is like my minimalistic like era of makeup, as opposed to like other eras and periods of my life.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because even what I wear or even how I do my makeup is a lot for other people, but to me this is like my natural era.
Yeah. Like you're wearing glitter and you're like, but it's minimalist to me.
Yeah, it's minimalist glitter. Or like I have a little bit, it takes like a second. Like to work, like I just use like liquid shadow and I'll do like a graphic liner and everyone's like, oh my god, like how long did that take you to do? And I'm like, 5 minutes, and if it took me any longer I wouldn't have done it. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I used to express myself a lot with makeup and I don't do it as much anymore, but I'm still happy with what I'm producing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So has there ever been an instance that you can think of, like, because you talked about maybe toning yourself down, like when, for work and around white people specifically? Was there ever an instance where like a white person said anything about like your fit or maybe even nonverbal?
No, and it's so funny because it's not even white people all the time. It's like even like Latinos. Like one
Right.
time I went to the remate with my mom, and I was wearing like a crop top and jeans and like sandals, like just like super basic. And this lady was hella looking at me, and my mom like told her off. And this was not like that long ago. It was like a year ago.
Mhm.
So it's just women in general, but I know where it comes from. It comes from lack of confidence of them not ever really being able to express themselves in clothing, and of course like the fat phobia that comes like through fucking
Just society.
society and generational fat phobia that like women are constantly
Especially
instilled
Latina
in.
women. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
exactly, like-
Gordita.
No.
And just all the fucking time. Oh, don't eat anymore. Oh, you're gonna wear that. Oh, my ex-husband used to do that fucking shit to me.
Yeah,
all the
no,
time.
it's so generational and it's so instilled in women. So I don't really take like any offense to it. But recently at work, and it's so funny because like I'm telling you, dude, I dress so basic at work. So cute, but like really basic. My mom bought me like this lace button-up shirt. It was sleeveless, but it had a collar. And I put like a tank top underneath it, which I usually wouldn't. I would have just worn a bra with it. And I was wearing jeans and like my Birkenstocks. And this lady was like, "It's so cold outside." And I was like, "Actually, I don't feel like it's too bad." And she was all like, "I mean, like, how can you stand it the way that you're dressed?" And I was kind of like, "Bitch, I'm like so covered up right now." And I don't know, I kind of just laughed at it because I was just like, "Oh my god, bitch, I wish you could see me on a day where like I'm like myself." But I don't know, I don't really take like any offense to it. Even like that day that I was at Target and that lady came up to me and was like telling me that God gave her a recipe for me to lose weight, like I fucking laughed at it and I thought it was so fucking funny. Like I guess like I've gone past like giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just find everything pretty comical now. Yeah.
And the thing that like pisses me off about that is like, okay, but where is this shit coming from? Like when these people like say these like fucking, because it's shitty. It's
Yeah.
not like you're not giving constructive criticism.
Yeah.
You're not like
I mean, she did tell me what stores to go to, but I mean, like,
Wow.
I know, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Again, me trying to find the humor in it, but
Yeah.
dude, it was fucking ridiculous, but I honestly just have to learn to laugh about it. And you know what's so funny is that like in my entire fucking life, I think that might be one of a handful of times that my weight's been commented on. I feel like it never really happened to me. In elementary school, the only person that ever told me something about like my weight was this guy in like 5th grade named Jimmy Carter. And he told me that I was like fat Britney Spears. And I was like, bitch, I'm still Britney though. Like, I was like, what? I don't get like what you're trying to insult me for. And yeah, and it's like literally like a handful of times that I've ever really like been like, I guess, attacked about my weight. And so I feel like I for sure have been lucky about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that probably adds to why I think everyone wants to fuck me.
It also adds. That's awesome.
I mean, project aside, I think these are really important.